I decided to cut off some of my family members for good. When something occurs and people don't have the full story to it, they end up making their own conclusions. And when there is another party involved, when that party tells them, actually, what happened is this, and actually, that's not what actually happened, you end up being the villain. You end up being the bad person in this story. People conclude to say, oh, well, she's ungrateful, he's ungrateful, he's evil, she's evil, how could she do that to you? They end up victimizing themselves when they were actually the problem and you are the victim. And being the kind of person I am, I'm not the type of person who would go knocking door to door, telling people, no, please don't perceive me as this person. Actually, what happened is this. And then this person did this to me. That's why I made this decision. Please don't perceive me as that person. Please don't judge me. I'm not that kind of person. The kind of person I am, as long as I know the truth, and the person who sees everything in this world, which is God, Jehovah, knows the truth, that's enough to me. Whatever you conclude on your own is on you. It's not on me. Like, it doesn't matter to me. Even if you conclude to say I'm evil when I'm not actually, that's okay because I know I'm not, and Jehovah God knows it. And anyways, funny enough, how this world is, even if you had to go door to door and you tell people like, ah, no, I didn't do this, people will actually just tell you to say, oh yeah, I believe you. I believe you, like you didn't do that. And in as much as you would go door to door to prove yourself innocent or that you're the victim, trust me, it doesn't work. Only a few people would believe you. Maybe out of 1,000, only one person or two people would believe you. The rest will just make you think they believe you, but deep down they would rather side with the other person and not you. So they'll just tell, oh yeah, I do believe you. Oh my God, I'm so sorry that happened to you. How could they do that to you? But actually, they don't even want to side with you. They want to side with the other person because of their own reasons. Perhaps they just don't like you, or I don't know. That's just how funny the world is. So, why in the hell would I even use my energy to prove it out there to say I'm actually the victim, people? So, this is why I feel, why should I waste all that energy when I knowing the truth and God knowing the truth is enough? That was 2016 when this happened. This is the reason why I cut off some of my family members for good. For people that have been raised by other people and not their parents, I'm sure you can attest to what I'm about to say. For some, I'm not saying all of you who are in the same situation as I am. Yeah, so for some people that haven't been raised by their parents because of various issues, one of them being you being an orphan, right? Mostly what happens is that if the conditions are too harsh and you decide to leave those people that are raising you, it doesn't mean you cut them out of your life like for good forever. No, you just want a peace of mind for yourself, right? It doesn't mean like you just cut them off entirely. Well, for me in this situation, my plan was I was going to move away and be on my own, but I was going to keep these people in my life, right? If it meant me supporting them financially when I say work, that was my plan. I was like, I was going to help them if they needed my help, be it financial, be it physical, be it mental assistance. That was my plan. I decided to move out on my own, which I did. Now, what led me to cut off my family members, some of my family members for good, is this. It was 2016. Plan was, let me go visit my grandmother because I rarely used to see my grandparents. So after visiting my grandparents, I was still trying to apply for work, but it wasn't working out. And I was in another city. And I thought I need to be in my city, which is Lusaka. I need to be in Lusaka because that's where there are more job opportunities. And I feel like it would be easier when I'm called for an interview if I'm in Lusaka. So I asked my uncle if I could go and live with him, even though I wasn't okay with it because his wife is something else. Just have to find a way to handle whatever situation will happen there. Even though to me, I just heard rumors to say his wife is something else because I had never ever lived with her. If you told me something to say, this person is like this, I'm not going to take it literally until I see it for myself. So I told myself, maybe they're just rumors. So I asked my uncle if I could go stay with him. Yeah, and he agreed, which I did. So whilst living with my uncle, I want to make this story as short as possible. Whilst living with my uncle, I informed him to say I needed to go and get the rest of my clothes because I didn't go with all my clothes. Remember, I went to see my grandmother, so I just carried a few. So my uncle told me, why do you even need those clothes? Like, you can just get new clothes. And I thought of the clothes because I only had one suitcase and all my clothes were in 3 suitcases and I couldn't let them go. I was like, all those clothes, and anyways, who knows when I'm going to get new clothes? Like, I need those clothes, people. What am I going to be wearing? So my uncle said, just forget about them, you get new clothes. And I was like, I wish he was saying forget about them because he means like I'll give some cash and you can get some clothes. But the fact that he wasn't saying that, I was like, I need the clothes. Like, I insisted. So my uncle was like, oh, fine. And he gave me transport. And I went to pick my clothes from this person who went to this person's place. And I found this person with her son and her elder sister. So I informed them to say, I'm actually by your brother's place, my uncle, because I'm trying to look for work. I didn't want to make her feel bad in spite of the experience I had with her. I didn't want her to feel bad, like, she's moving away. I just didn't want her to feel bad to say I was moving away. So I tried to make it as nice as possible. So I told her to say, since your place is far away from town and uncle is just within town, I feel I should be there for now as I'm looking for work. And as soon as I start work, I feel it will be good for all of us. That's what I told her. But in my mind, I knew that I needed to get out of there. So that would be a story for another day. Let's focus on the story for today. My family member had given me some peanut butter, right? Now, this peanut butter, it didn't look like it was purchased from a store. It looked like it was homemade peanut butter, and then the butter was put in a peanut butter jar. You get an already used peanut butter jar. So when she gave me this peanut butter, I even asked to say, is this homemade? And she said, yeah, there's some lady who sells some peanut butter. So we bought from her. We also bought for your cousin, and we gave it to him. He actually even went with it to school. So I was like, but I don't know why this clicked in my head even before this actually happened. When she gave me the peanut, I was like, I'm not gonna eat this. I just told myself, when I get home, I'm gonna throw it away. I'm not going to eat it. I don't know why that clicked in my mind. This is the other thing that happened. So these people were like, we don't know when we're going to see you. We need to take pictures of you because we don't know when we'll ever see you. That was also quite weird because from the time I started living with these people, we had never ever taken pictures together or them taking pictures of me. So that was weird. So before they started taking the pictures, this is what I'm saying. I don't know why I kept on feeling weird. Maybe it's because of how, I don't want to say how I was, okay, I'll just say maybe it's because of the experience I had with this person. So I didn't trust them. You get, because everything that they were doing was being weird to me. And I was telling myself, be careful, be careful. So when they said, let's take some pictures, I made a short prayer. I was like, Jehovah, if these people want to use my pictures for anything to sabotage me, please protect me. That was the prayer. And they started taking pictures of me. Just of me. They started taking pictures of me. They took pictures of me, and then it's like they were trying to make it less suspicious. So they were like, let's take a picture with your cousin. That's her son now. Take a picture with your brother. And there was my brother taking a picture with me and hugging me. The experience that day was so weird, something that I never used to receive my entire life with this person. Showing so much love to me. And there he was, like, he hugged me. And there we were on the pictures looking so happy. And I was like, this is too good to be true. You see how, I don't want to say us women, but I feel like it's just in every human being. Once you just sense something weird, it's danger. You're in danger, and your body just prepares itself, like, to defend itself, be it mentally or physically. So after we took some pictures, then they were like, you know how we used to take pictures when we were young in the olden days, would stand near trees, and let's take that one, we see how it will come out. So this person now tells me to hold there was a tree nearby. I think it was the same height as me, that tree. So she was like, you hold the leaf. Like, I'm posing like this, then I'm looking at the camera, then I hold a branch which has leaves. So I hold the leaves, then you look at the camera, and I did. Then they tell me, you also go behind the tree. How do you take a picture with a person behind the tree, like behind a plant? Because first I stood behind the same tree, and then behind a plant, and I was like, this is weird. This is weird. Jehovah protect me. That's all I kept on saying in my head. Sometimes even short prayers work, guys. You can just literally say one sentence. God does hear prayers. You don't have to pray for 15 hours. Pounding on walls for 15 hours just for God to hear you. So that's how come I left. Now back to my uncle's place. So now, before I even settle down, here I am dragging my suitcases to my bedroom. And then a call comes through from the same relative of mine who raised me. So I'm like, okay, let me just finish up, because actually I found that my uncle and aunt hadn't even had supper. So it was my responsibility to prepare supper. So I was trying to rush in to drag my bags in the bedroom so that I could start preparing supper. So I was like, I'll call her when I'm done with preparing supper. Okay? So the call rang and it hung up. So I was like, I'm sure she just wants to check on me. Like, how have you moved? Are you home safe? Yeah. So I was like, I'll call her later when I'm done preparing supper. So that's how come this person wasn't patient enough. And again, when this call came through, this is why I'm saying, I don't know. I like, guys, you had to be me to know what I mean when I keep on saying I don't know. Like, when the call came through, I thought in my mind, I was like, what if I answer this call and then this person is trying to, like, put me under a spell? But I kept on thinking about these things even before what I'm about to tell you happened. It's weird. It's weird, but it's powerful, and it protected me. So this person wasn't patient enough. They decided to text me. And they're like, that peanut butter I've given you is expired. Please don't eat it. What you should do is, listen to this. What you should do is dispose of it in the toilet. You should be throwing the peanut butter in the toilet little by little until it is finished. Once this peanut butter is finished, burn the tin when alone. Have you guys heard that? Honestly speaking, just me telling you what I've told you, what the message said. Does that sound normal to you guys? Does it sound normal to you? Because if you buy something that's expired in a store, in a supermarket, it's expired and you don't know that it's expired. Let's say you discover this thing that you purchased is expired after 2 weeks and you're like, It's been 2 weeks. Like, if I go back to ShopRite, I don't think they'll replace it. And I already opened it and I used it actually. When you discover that thing is rotten or it's expired, isn't it that you just dispose of it? Like, you just throw it away in a ditch or in a garbage bag or whatever, however you dispose your garbage, right? And what shocked me the most is because this person is a believer of God, okay? And if you are a believer of God, you cannot mix. That's why the Bible says it's either you choose God or you choose another God. You cannot work with both gods. This is someone, a true believer of God. Okay? That's what shocked me. Because in spite of how hard things, if it's those people who end up resorting to joining cults and sacrificing themselves in order to be financially stable. No matter how hard things are, if you're a believer of God, you will not resort to those things. You would rather just be staying in a hut, in a thatched house, as long as you're eating, as long as you're alive. That's all that matters, right? I'm describing myself because I've been through some tough times. The fact that I decided to make the decision and move out on my own. So I decided to respond to this person because after sending the message, they were calling me again. I decided to cut the call and text them. And I told them, I am disappointed in you. I still have the screenshots of the conversation. Some people who have told, I just used to send the screenshots, you know. So I told them, I'm disappointed in you. You worship a God called Jehovah. Why would you do something like this? I didn't even want to ask the person to say, is this meant for me or is it meant for my uncle? I just told them, I'm disappointed in you. Yeah, a person who worships a true God called Jehovah. Why would you involve yourself in something like this? If you want to destroy me in any way, it will not work because I worship a true God called Jehovah. That's what I told this person. And this person, shamefully enough, decides to reply, like telling me that I'm ungrateful. Hey, I've never insulted her the way I'm insulting her. I'm like, me, I'm not insulting you. I don't even remember if I replied again. No, I didn't reply. I don't think I did reply. And then, funny enough, whilst this person is replying, her older sister also sends me a message. Now, get this. Her older sister, my auntie, sorry to say this, but she doesn't know how to speak English that much. Secondly, she doesn't know how to type in English. This person now sends me a message in English and the words are well typed out, well articulated, well spelled. I knew that this is not you texting. It's your younger sister, the same one who's texting using your phone. I received a message from her older sister, my auntie. She's like, sweetheart, names that I've never been called before. Sweetheart. That peanut butter is expired. We're just from calling your cousin. He's confirmed also that it's expired, so we've told him to dispose of it. He's actually even saying it's given him diarrhea, so please dispose of it. The same message this younger sister sent me is also at the end. It says dispose of it in the toilet little by little. And when it's done, burn the tin alone. So I went to my uncle and I was like, look at what your sister is saying. I just showed him the messages. How can she do this? What does she want to do? And my uncle was just quiet. And then he was just like, that was his reaction. And then he was like, give me the same peanut butter. And he went to burn the tin alone. He went to burn it. He went to burn the tin alone. And my uncle, that was his reaction. He didn't even pick up the phone like to call her like, hey, what are you doing? What did you want to do to her? What do you want to do to us? I always tell my uncle, like, you have a good heart. Okay, it's not, I didn't expect him like to call her like, hey, what are you doing? Or to do anything. I feel he acted just fine, but I think I expected him like to react the way I did. Because I was panicking, I was scared, I was shocked, I was angry. That's what I was expecting him to do. I always tell him to say, you have a good heart. Because he still interacts with these people. that I'm telling you about. I don't interact with them. I don't know why he does. That's what I'm saying. He has a good heart. Or there's something I don't know about. I have no idea. So that's what happened. I said I would make the story short. That is what happened. And that to me just confirms to me to say I don't need to stay in touch with these people at all. Be it through the phone, in person, I do not have to. I have to detach myself from these people now forever. Like the anger now just built up, and I was just like, I can't have a connection with these people. And that's how I detached myself from these people for good. And now, for some other people who don't understand like what really happened, they'll just say, "Ah, that girl is ungrateful, like she was raised by her and then she just decided to leave and she didn't talk to anybody." And then the worst part is that now that some of them have knowledge, that the time when they had knowledge to say, I am working, I'm sure some even just said, no, she's working. Maybe she detached herself because now she's working and we supported her. We supported this girl. Now that she's working, she decides to abandon us. Because I'm saying, I know that, like, even though I haven't heard that, but I know, because I know that's how people behave, human beings. Because there was a time when someone who's very close to me made that comment anyways, even after informing her what this relative had done. This person, after some years, decides to tell me, you abandoned us. Like, guys, I need you to comment down below. If it were you, what would you have done? Would you still have kept this connection? Guys, were you still going to be interacting with these people? Doesn't it scare you? Because me, it scared me. And I told myself, I'm in trouble. Like, I have to protect my life. I have to protect myself. I am in trouble. I would rather be alone or on my own. So it's just some of my family members that I cut off. So that was the reason why I cut off some of my family members. And it pains me so much for some people who were close to me that we can't be close anymore because of this same thing that happened. It tore us apart. And I don't know how to be close to them anymore because I'm scared, because these people are very close to this person who raised me and they can't understand. Like, I did tell one of them, I don't think I told the other one, but I told one of them, I actually even sent this person the screenshots to say, look at what happened. And I thought this person understood. But the thing is, this person's flesh. So they can't understand, and I understand them. But the fact that they can't understand to a point of them detaching themselves also from this person, they're supposed to understand me and be on my side as well. But these people have turned against me, and I don't know what else they say to other people about me. Only God knows what I'm talking about, and only God is seeing what is happening. But it pains me so much that I'm not close to these people. Sometimes I did try like to get close, but I would tell myself, what if this person unknowingly gave this person something, and then when they come see me or when they come live with me, they bring it with them. They bring it with them and they bring it to me, and whatever wasn't achieved at that time when that stuff happened, it will now come to pass. Yeah, so guys, comment down below of what you think and give this video many likes so that I can know that you want to hear some more. Maybe to this story I can make an extension of another video. Yeah, and if you guys haven't watched the video of why I didn't attend my grandma's funeral, this is connected to this video. I said I would make a video and I've made it now. So the video for why I didn't attend my grandma's funeral, you go watch it, then you connect with this video and you'll be able to understand. Okay? Stay with me. Don't say it's too late, we can still save this thing. Ask me what went wrong, I could go on and on and on for days. I could go on and on and on. Hi guys, welcome to Storytime with Kitara. Now before we get into today's story, ensure you subscribe if you haven't already. Like, share and comment so that you can get more stories of my life on here with me.